there's words in the media about a new tourist tax being imposed. They're talking about putting $75 per person on the tourist tax, which is currently $15 a head. If they put it up to $75 a head, I'm worried it's going to seriously damage the reputation and the rapport that a lot of us have got with Bali. So I'm going to go into the airport, have a look, work it out, see what's going on, and let you know where we're at. So here it is, past all the phone card sellers, past the duty-free shops, out through the main sliding doors, the security gate. You end up, as you're walking past the information counter, and just tucked off to the side is this foreign tourist levy, the tourist tax. And there's limited signage, and there's 1 million people walking straight past. Now, I don't want to assume that these people haven't been here before and paid their tourist tax, and to be honest, I don't even know. I might ask the question how long it lasts for. Is it per visit or per entry? But it doesn't seem to be compulsory. Certainly not being enforced as compulsory. Just found out from the guys in the tourist office that the tourism tax is valid for 60 days, for 2 months. So if you leave and you come back, unless you're on a special visa like a residency permit, a kitas they call it over here, and then you're not expected to pay. So if they increase the levy, they're also talking about making it a compulsory pay station. They've got some laws to change to make this possible, because at the moment the guys on the international market, how you done, can't collect the money on behalf of the local provincial government. So it's sort of an on and pay system. There is instructions in the websites that if you don't pay, they can either contact you or maybe even do a little spot check at hotels or popular tourist spots, and either demand that you show proof of having paid it, or that you maybe been paid on the spot. I'm not sure about that. And I know that there's been talk about it happening, but I haven't seen much evidence of it anymore. And I think they said about 40% of people that were coming in were paying it. Now you can pay this at other places. You can pay it online. I'm going to put the Love Bali website down where you can actually go before you get here, and it just saves you having to worry. People are worried that you might be banned from coming back to Bali, and that's certainly what it said in some of the literature online. But the biggest problem is they're talking about an increase, a massive increase in the fee, to try to give Bali even bigger boost, and they're also, I think, they're trying to raise the quality of tourists that come here, and they're saying, well, if the cheap buggers are coming over here and they don't want to pay an extra few dollars to look after Bali, we probably don't want them, and we want the better quality tourists. But look at it this way: if you've got a family of 4 people, you're already up for $200 for your for your visa on arrival for 30 days. Then at the moment you're up for another $60 for all 4 of those tourist taxes. But if they bring it in at $75 per person, that's another $300. So you get off the aeroplane, and before you've even got into Bali, you're up for $500 for a small family of 4, just to come over to Bali to spend a couple of weeks sitting in the sun and the sand. And yeah, there's going to be a lot of pushback. There'll be lots and lots of people turning around and say, I'm not going to pay it. I welcome your comments. I really want to hear what people have got to say. If you knew that money was going to improve facilities like the electronic gates, the e-gates, have just been streamlined the process so much. Getting off the plane and getting your luggage and getting out the door is just almost, if you've pre-done all your customs forms and whatnot, it's almost straight through, which is fantastic, because sometimes those lines, we all remember the lines of sitting there going up and down, waiting for your turn to stand in front of the counter and get your passport stamped. So anything that saves that journey and makes that easier, I'm in for. But at what price? Are we going to pay $75 a head for it? Are we going to pay $30 a head? Is it going to change any of the tourists that come over here? Are the yobbos and the troublemakers not going to come here because it's too expensive? I don't think so. My personal opinion, I think they're going to come. It's still one of the cheaper venues to come for accommodation, for beer, for all that sort of stuff. The average price of a beer over here, over the counter, is still somewhere between a couple and $3 or $4. And in Australia, my last beer I paid for in Australia was $11. So, yeah, you can come over here, still have a yobbo's holiday, and it's not going to be, it's still going to be cheap. But would I pay? Would I start looking at other places? I think is the question I'm asking myself. And if I wasn't already living in Bali, I think I would. I think I'd start saying, okay, well, it's getting a little bit hard. What else is out there? And there's Hong Kong, and there's Philippines, and there's a million other Southeast Asian countries. If they actually bring this in, and it's not a law yet, it's not coming in. The chairman of a committee that's here, an oversight committee, is here to look at how they can improve the tourism and how they can improve the customer experience and all of the big holistic sort of things, is saying his recommendation is, I think on behalf of the committee, that they up this tourism charge to $75 a head and see how that goes. And I think that'll be just a disaster for Bali, because I think there's a lot of families who want to get away. They want the experience. They want the creature comforts that you get in Bali, good and bad, but they're not going to pay $500 for a family of 4 to pop over here on top of their airfares and on top of their everything else. So it's a bit of a worry. I'm a little bit worried about it. I really hope that people watch, and please write after this. I'd love hundreds of replies on this because I want to see your reactions, and I want the people that are making decisions to look at what the public is saying, because that's going to have some impact on the decisions that are going to be made down the track. So thanks for supporting us. Thanks for getting behind us. I'm going to go and have a look, running the gauntlet of the SIM cards and the taxi drivers next. So these are all the drivers. These are waiting for specific customers from different hotels, from different tour companies. Ketut's drivers are always down here getting customers, and as you see, all the different resort names and people waiting for to be picked up. And then let me tell you, the music really starts, because once you get past there, you've got 6 million taxi drivers, private drivers, and Gojek drivers, you name it, trying to get your money and trying to get your attention. This is where I go. Across the road, you can buy a beer at the Circle K while you're waiting for your ride to turn up. But generally, when I get here, the family, when the family gets here, we go there, buy a cold drink, and then we go in here and we get them to order us a cab.
First stop when you arrive to airport is Mazda first stop.
Beer.
Bintang.
It is. I've told them already. That's where I go. I go buy Bintang, and then I go and wait for the taxi. Now these guys here at Grab at the lounge will actually do all the work for you. There's another SIM card place there. Seriously, guys, you could be sitting here waiting for half, 3/4 an hour. Sometimes, if the card doesn't work properly, for them to get it sorted, or you can get up tomorrow morning and give Ketut a call, or head off down to KW Tours, and they'll do it all for you. They look after it. But the Grab and the Gojek lounge, if you don't have the app, they'll just organise. You tell them what hotel you're going to, and I promise you're going to pay a quarter of what you're paying if you get accosted by some of those guys on the way through. Listen, it's just a little bit of common sense. Be a bit careful when you're coming into a new country. You never know where you're going, and the place has changed a bit since the last time, and it's overwhelming. It's baffling. You've just got off an aeroplane, there's a million people saying, Mister, Mister, Mister. Don't be afraid to just walk past them and say, no, I'm fine, thanks. Best off, if you've got a little bit of Bali money, just having enough for your taxi ride, say $50 in your pocket, which is 500k. That's probably enough under most circumstances to get you here and then get you to get you to your hotel, and then change your money over tomorrow at the bank or at the cash exchange, and you're going to be getting a much better rate, and you'll get looked after a lot better. Average price from here at the airport into say Legion or Seminyak is about 10 to 20 bucks. Up to Ubud you might be paying 25, 30 bucks. It's not that much, it really isn't, and if you're getting charged more than that, you should be coming down here and seeing these guys, because they're bloody good. That's like Uber in Bali. Grab and Gojek, they're bloody wonderful. I use them all the time, and yeah, they're good, courteous, they're good drivers, and they get you there. Okay, listen, I better go. I've got some mad traffic to try and have a fight with, and I've got to try and find my wife. She's run off now, so I'll see you later. Hope you enjoyed our little vlog. Just I'm just to go back over what we said before. There's words in the media about a new tourist tax being imposed. They're talking about putting $75 per person on the tourist tax, which is currently $15 a head. If they put it up to $75 a head, I'm worried it's going to seriously damage the reputation and the rapport that a lot of us have got with Bali.